Ni. San. Si.
The word change
Keep it up. Boom.
rarely applies to a martial art hundreds of years old,
Sit.
Good contact, very nice.
except when a virus hits, throwing off the countdown to the Tokyo Summer Olympics.
Breathe out when you get punched.
We first met Olympic hopefuls Tom Scott and Brian in early February. Brian from New York, Tom from Texas, actually right here in Plano.
No one starts karate because of the sport. I started, my parents wanted me to build confidence.
But the sport of karate is where their story starts. 14 and 15 years old, two rising stars from two parts of the country. One year, Brian knocked Tom off Team USA.
It was a body kick in the last second. I remember it.
15 years later, they're sparring 3 times a week. An art captured in slow motion, so those off the mat can appreciate the speed, the intensity, and even the beauty.
We went from rivals to teammates to friends.
And now together they face their biggest foe, a virus that has delayed their shots at making the Olympics.
Feeling pretty good.
We caught up again in October, 8 months later.
We can work on our technique, and I'll show you how.
Tournaments have been canceled, the Olympics have moved to 2021.
Right away, we were doing workouts from home on Zoom with our personal trainers. So we were staying ready. We never missed a beat.
Every bit of karate is about readiness. Quarantines forced them to train in a bubble of 6 high-level competitors right here in North Texas.
I've had a big chance to take a breath, practice for the sake of practicing.
For Tom Scott, the pandemic gave him a break from tournaments and traveling. For Brian adversity has always been the regimen, dating way back.
I was training in literally in my backyard in the grass, in either barefoot or in sneakers in my backyard.
Brian packed up from small Newfane, New York, moved down to Texas to train with Tom in his home dojo in Plano under Team USA coach BRODY Burns.
He told me when he was planning on coming, I said, well, where are you going to live? And he said, well, I'll sleep in my car in front of the dojo. I said, no, we're not going to do that.
They still work out 6 days a week. They push each other. In separate weight classes, both are vying to represent Team USA in the Olympics.
The goal is to work you to a breaking point, but not break.
Get loose, breathe second.
Strength and conditioning are vital, but there is also a conditioning of the mind.
That is making better decisions faster. And so it goes from reaction time to response time.
What happens here translates to here, where timing and control, and most importantly, a respect for the art and each other happen.
The joke is that we spend more time in hotel rooms than I even get to be home here with my wife.
8 months later, and they are refreshed, reset, with hopes of representing our country as the first ever karate Olympians.
I found my sport again, found the love for my sport again.
In Plano, I'm Joe Paniker.